Hello, I'm Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and today I've got another layout for you. This time I've got a brand new pocket page notebook that I'm going to start off, and I want it to be all about our little dog, Fudge. So I've got together all of my craft supplies that are dog related, which is this Echo Pack paper pad, some Echo Pack die cuts. I've also got some Kaiser Craft and this stamp set as well from Kelly Stamps. Now, what I did, I went along to Officeworks. Now, they only print an 8 by 5, I think it is, or 8 by 6, sorry, print. It was cost me about 80 cents, but it was in a place that I could get quite a large print like this, so I have had to cut it down slightly. And this is the first time I've done a full print on one side, if that makes sense. So what I had in mind with this paper pad, because it is only a 6 by 6, so it doesn't fill the full 8 by 4 side that I want to do, is use some of these sheets that I've got like a layering effect, because I was originally going to think of just using some different. I had lots of little offcut pieces in this pad and some of the die cuts as well, but I did spot this sheet that also had the lines on it, and I thought that might be a good one to use. But when I've actually started to look at it, I do prefer this little plaid effect one because I think the green is going to go well with the photograph. I'm conscious that the photo is quite dark with a lot of black from the inside of the car. And I'm here just trying to make it work, and in the end I actually don't, because it all gets too difficult. Some of the wording on the page actually cuts off and it doesn't fit quite nicely on a 4 inch wide page. So instead I went for the lightest colour that's in the pad, which is this white sheet with lots of little animal or little doggy outlines, I should say. So I thought that would help to brighten up the page a little while still giving a bit of a pattern. And because I get the both pictures slightly different, and I know I'm going to go back and forward trying to trim it to the right side, I'm just fixing those together on the back with a spare piece of washi tape and then taking it away onto my bigger paper cutter just to get it right, because otherwise I'll be backwards and forwards trying to get the two pieces to match. I've cut it down a little bit more just to give it a bit of a frame on this white piece of paper, because I'm going to use my journaling around the outside of this as well. So I'm going to start off anyway with my photograph. So I've got this stamp set. I've had this for a while now from Kelly Stamps. I'll put the link down below if you're interested in a little doggy themed stamp set. I love this one. I use it quite a lot actually. It's got some really good quotes in it. And I'm just using this white ink as well that I've got just to make it stand. So this does print quite well onto the black parts of the paper. So I'm just going to go with 3 quotes, just really filling up those darker bits. I guess I could have stamped onto some paper and then made my own embellishments and stuck that on, but I just really wanted to lighten up these darker parts of the photograph. So I'm sticking my pattern paper onto just a plain, it's just a normal copy of paper, white sheet of paper, quite thin. I don't like doing it straight into the book in case I make a mistake. So I've just made this also just slightly shorter than the page as well. And I've just picked out some of these quotes now. These are from a big cut apart sheet from Kaiser Crafts actually that I cut down, and I'm mixing that up with some of the little not embellishments, the die cuts from the Echo Pack kit as well. So I'm just looking through those. I don't want a page full of quotes, but I do really like these ones, which is One of the Family and Wet Nose Warm Heart. Now what I find with some of these little packs, which is absolutely great, I love that there's themes for your pets, but I don't like the way they refer to them as a pet, because he really is a part of our family, which is what attracted me to this particular quote, One of the Family. And to bring out the red in that little heart, I've also backed that with just a scrap piece of red paper that I had as well, just to bring that colour forward. I'm also going to bring out the red just by doing my journaling with a red pen, as you can see here. Not very neat at all. I was actually intending to use my typewriter to do a quote, because I've not used that since I got my new ink for it, so I'm all excited to use my new typewriter, which was another reason for wanting just to use some kind of plain papers that weren't too messy. But I can do that in the next layout. I'd really thought to make up the space and to use up that outline, I would do some journaling around the outsides. So I'm now just going to add some colour just to bring the green across onto the left hand side and the yellow colour across onto the right hand side. Just some of these little enamel dots. And this looks a bit mean, doesn't it? I'm cutting off the heads from these die cuts. Now, a lot of the pieces in the dog kit, unfortunately, have lots of different types of dog, obviously, but none of them are the same kind of dog as mine, which is a Maltese cross. So I'm just using those heads to pop into the layout, just hide behind some of that paper to give it a bit of a shadow effect. And I'm also just trimming off some of this cut apart sheet as well, because I don't want that brown outline as well. I've gone through my little drawer full of tags, labels I should say, so just again looking for something with the right colour. So I found a nice red one, and I've also found a green one as well that I can use, and I'm just going to tuck that underneath the quote as well, just to give it a bit more interest. Now I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that space that I've got next to the love heart. I probably should have just left it as it is actually, because it doesn't look too bad now I'm looking at it on the camera, but when I was doing the layout it looked like quite a big wide open space. So I've just found these green little leaves, and as the theme is more of an outdoor picture, Fudge loves going in the car. I think he actually enjoys it more going in the car than when we actually get to the park or the beach itself, but I thought the green leaves would bring that little bit of an interest from the outside in. And then when I look at the two as well, I feel like I've again got two completely layouts here, and the two pieces don't match very well. So I'm just looking for some green embellishments as well to bring onto this right hand side. And I've just found these little acetate pieces which can put a little bit of a green banner on top of that. And then that's my layout done. I really enjoyed doing that. It was a nice quick project. I always love scrapbooking Fudge. He's the centre of our family, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments about this video, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That way YouTube knows to recommend similar ones for you. And finally, if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope so, please subscribe by clicking the link below. I post new content every weekend.